Ammunation is a major chain of gun shops in the Grand Theft Auto series. If the Ammunation clerk becomes provoked, whether it be by the player or something else, and cops are dispatched, the clerk and police officers will begin firing at each other, despite the fact the clerk was only using self-defense from a robbery. This is possibly due to the anti-government propaganda inside Ammunation or a programming oversight. Ammunation sells fully automatic weapons, though in real life these are outlawed, if made after May 1986, to sell to normal civilians in the United States due to the Hughes Amendment. Fully automatic weapons in the United States may only be obtained via Class 3 licenses, which are very costly and difficult to obtain. In GTA Vice City and GTA San Andreas, there are 2D textures on the walls of Ammunation stores which depict unusable weapons. Some of the weapons on the shelf would be unusual find in an American gun stores as they were manufactured in Europe or the Middle East. In GTA 5, an Ammunation radio commercial mentions Predator drones, becoming the first time a real-life vehicle is mentioned in the GTA series. The Brute Riot Control Vehicle is a law enforcement truck featured in GTA Online as part of the Doomsday Heist update. The RCV is heavily based on the Inca's armored riot control vehicle, sharing the overall design and purpose, albeit with a wider body, flatter roof, and vertically mounted headlights. It is largely implied in the game that the RCV is meant to be used by private security companies, being used by GrupSex personnel during the preparation riot control van, even though it features sirens and emergency lights. Riot control vehicles in real life are generally operated by the city's police department. The vehicle is equipped with a front water cannon, and can be also modified with a rear water cannon. While largely similar in design to the one from the fire truck, they have mounted cameras beside them. The RCV performs similarly to most armored trucks in the game. Can be purchased on Warstock Cash and Carry for $3,125,500 or for $2,350,000 trade price after completing the salvage hard drives setup mission as the heist leader, provided the player already owns a facility. Merryweather Security Consulting is a private military company and security contractor who appears in GTA 5 and a prominent enemy group in GTA Online. Merryweather is a mercenary group led by Don Percival and dedicated to various military operations. According to their website, Merryweather is shown to be operating around the world. Merryweather is a parody of Academy, formerly known as Blackwater and Say Services, a private military company infamous for alleged human rights violations during the Iraq War. Like Academy, Merryweather had changed its name following an incident that resulted in negative public relations. Trevor makes references to Merryweather as the New World Order's private army and part of the Illuminati. Their emblem, the owl, is also a reference to the Illuminati and the Bohemian Grove conspiracy. When listening to private conversations with LSPD officers, they discuss the possibility of Merryweather eventually replacing them as law enforcement in the city. Despite being armed in the port, when the player gains a wanted level, they start to run as if they were civilians. If standing outside, they will engage the player if provoked. The National Office of Security Enforcement, NOOS, is a law enforcement agency in the Grand Theft Auto series, appearing in all of the HD Universe games. NOOS begin to assist the LSPD/LSSD in GTA 5 when the player has a wanted level of 3 stars and above. The NOOS seal is a combination of the seals of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and the National Security Agency. The primary design, the color scheme, the border and the eagle, is based on the Department of Homeland Security seal, while the shield and key the eagle is holding is similar to the National Security Agency seal. NOOS drive more aggressively than the LSPD or the LSSD, more actively ramming into the player's vehicle. This will often result in car crashes, or the two agents hanging on the side getting knocked off the vehicle. The uniforms used by the crew during the casino heist as their disguises have NOOSy stamped on the back and chest, instead of police. The FIB tactical team agents seen in the mission The Wrap Up are essentially Reskin NOOS agents. In fact, killing them count towards the number of NOOS agents killed in the statistics. The state of San Andreas, also known as the San Andreas Republic, is a state located in the southwestern United States of America, featured in Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. San Andreas is the first fictional state in the GTA series to be featured with its own state flag. The flag resembles California's flag, except that the red stripe and star is now blue and the bear is replaced by a beaver. California and its locations are mentioned several times in the radio. There is also a California license plate on a wrecked car in the Grand Sonora Desert. Throughout GTA 5, San Andreas is often accused of stereotypes that mirror California. The people of San Andreas are described as hipsters and fake plastic people. In Grand Theft Auto 4, it is stated that Los Santos experienced riots in the 1990s, just like the Los Angeles riots. San Andreas is the largest setting ever featured in the Grand Theft Auto series, with a total area of 49 square miles. It was confirmed through Rockstar that the area the player can explore in GTA 5 is not the whole state of San Andreas but just the southern island portion of it. The Barrio Los Aztecas, also known as VLA or simply Aztecas, are a relatively small Mexican street gang featured in GTA 5 and GTA Online. Aztecas is Spanish for Aztecs, who were an ancient civilization. Aztecas have some older members that appear to be in their 60s. This indicates the possibility that the Aztecas are a multi-generational gang. This is not uncommon in Los Angeles, as there are Mexican street gangs such as White Fence and Clanton 14 that have been around since the 1940s. Barrios Los Aztecas members can be found in their territory east of Central Los Santos Hospital around northern Rancho. Aztecas can be easily identified by their light turquoise-colored cholo-style clothing. Even though they dress similarly to some members of the Marabunta Grande, Aztecas do not sport face tattoos unlike their rivals. It is likely that the Aztecas are based on various Chicano gangs such as the Florencia 13, as well as Barrio Nuevo Estrada given their name. Various VLA members reuse models and quotes from Vagos, therefore, they may yell LSV, short for Los Santos Vagos, during combat. The Rune Kosatka, Russian 4-killer whale is a large, propaganda-class nuclear-powered, guided missile submarine featured in the Cayo Perico heist update for Grand Theft Auto Online. The Kosatka's interior layout is very similar to the Rainius, a submarine featured in the Doomsday heist. The submarine takes design cues from the Russian Kalmar and Delphin Delta-class submarines and the Chinese Type 094 submarines. Owning a Kosatka incurs a daily fee of $150 for staff and utility charges. The access door on the front of the sail is actually a functional door, similar to the side doors of the cargo plane. However, it is never used. Similarly, despite not being able to exit it like normal vehicles, the Kosatka is coated to give scuba gear, similar to the dinghy and the small submersibles. This results in the player frequently wearing a mask after driving it. The submarine has the same dive depth limit of approximately 500 feet as the other submersible vessels. When the vessel is destroyed, the player will respawn on land and can request it from Pavel via the interaction menu. The Lost Motorcycle Club is an outlaw motorcycle club in the HD universe of the GTA series. The Lost began in 1964 with 8 U.S. Marines who met during the Vietnam War in Hanoi, North Vietnam. After the war ended, they had a continued thirst for drugs and violence. Because of this, they started the club and named it the Lost in honor of all their friends who had been killed in the war. The Lost are based on the Outlaws Motorcycle Club as referenced by the Lost's bitter rivalry with the Angels of Death, who are in turn based on the Hells Angels. This rivalry parallels the real-life feud between the Outlaws and the Hells Angels. More proof of this is that the Lost motto, "The Almighty forgives, the lost don't," is clearly based on the Outlaws motto, "God forgives, outlaws don't." The Lost Clubhouse resembles the Hells Angels' New York clubhouse. It has matching walls, doors, and its compact design is a match. The Lost MC is first mentioned in GTA 5 in an internet news article of Liberty Tree. The article mentions the civil war that happened in 2008 and that the gang is involved in arms trafficking and the production of methamphetamine in the Alamo Sea.